Rapper, record producer, and actor Artis Leon Ivey Jr., known professionally as Coolio, was born in Compton, California on August 1st, 1963. Growing up, he was small, asthmatic, highly intelligent, and a bookworm. His mother read to him a lot and also encouraged Coolio to make use of the local library located just down the street from where they lived. He excelled so much that he ended up skipping the 6th grade. He may have felt good about being so smart, but the same couldn't be said about his schoolmates. He was already lacking in stature and a year younger, so bullying became a regular occurrence. By junior high, though, he decided to start fighting back, and the harassment abruptly stopped. Back in the day, Coolio was also linked to notorious Southern California street gang, the Crips. He admitted to Tom Snyder in 1996 that he did hang out with some members and thought about joining, but after seeing what they did to people, he decided that he wasn't about that life. What he did do, though, was get caught up in other illegal activities, and at the age of 17, spent several months in jail for larceny after apparently trying to cash a money order that had actually been stolen by one of his friends. Coolio soon began getting into the music game, and his mother eventually sent him to live in Northern California in his late teens. After high school, he did study for a time at a local community college, but his rap dreams were always at the forefront. He eventually earned the name Coolio Iglesias, in reference to the famous Spanish singer-songwriter. Before things took off for him, he went through a number of fast food jobs, including Jack in the Box, Burger King, McDonald's, and Taco Bell. He also had a gig as a pre-boarding screener at LAX. After cutting a couple of rap singles that went nowhere, Coolio ended up joining the group WC and the Mad Circle, and was a co-contributor on their 1991 debut album, Ain't a Damn Thing Changed. 3 years later, Coolio would sign with Tommy Boy Records and release his debut solo album, It Takes a Thief. The second single, Fantastic Voyage, became his first major hit, peaking at number 3 on the Hot 100. Coolio's solo career was off to a great start, but his next project would really solidify him as an international hip-hop star. It would all start with an unplanned trip to his manager's house. As he walked in the front door, he heard a captivating beat coming from the recording studio. Coolio decided to go inside to hear things more clearly, just as R&B singer LV began laying down some vocals. Coolio knew he had to be a part of this awesome masterpiece. That track turned into Gangsta's Paradise, the lead single off of Coolio's second album of the same name. But it almost didn't happen. The label wasn't feeling the song's social statement about ghetto life and discouraged Coolio from putting it on his album. A better alternative, they thought, was to place it on the soundtrack to the upcoming dramatic film Dangerous Minds, starring Michelle Pfeiffer as a tough inner-city teacher. The track, sampled from the Stevie Wonder song Pastime Paradise, off his Songs in the Key of Life album, was ultimately released as a single, and well, the rest is history. It would become one of the most successful rap songs of all time, capturing the #1 spot on the Hot 100 for several weeks. It also hit the top spot on the international charts in the United Kingdom, France, Germany, Italy, Sweden, Norway, Switzerland, and Australia, just to name a few. The song would also grant Coolio his first Grammy for Best Rap Solo Performance and become the #1 single of 1995. Another weird chapter in the success of the song would begin when an unconventional artist decided to make a parody of the worldwide hit. Comedy musician Weird Al Yankovic released Amish Paradise in March 1996. Even though Weird Al had received the go-ahead from the label, he didn't ask Coolio directly for permission to use the song, and Coolio was not happy about it. A beef of sorts ensued between the two recording artists for many years that Coolio later regretted after realizing that he was being too high on himself when Michael Jackson didn't have a problem with Weird Al covering his hits Beat It and Bad. Coolio's album also contained 2 other successful tunes, 1, 2, 3, 4, Something New, and Too Hot. Also around this time, Coolio would begin a serious addiction to cocaine. He told British music show The Beat that others around him got just as hooked, but they handled it much better than he did. Despite no longer being an official member of the group, Coolio did make an appearance on the second WC and the Mad Circle album, titled Curb Servin', on the song In a Twist. The rapper then did one for the kids, recording the theme song for the Nickelodeon TV series Kenan and Kel, which ran for 4 seasons. He also appeared in the series' opening sequence. Coolio's third album, titled My Soul, dropped in the summer of 1997. Although it contained the major hit See You When You Get There, and eventually went platinum, it failed to reach the success of his previous 2 albums. In typical fashion, Coolio was subsequently dropped from Tommy Boy Records. Fast forward to 2014, Coolio would claim in an interview with Vlad TV that Tommy Boy purposely sabotaged all their artists' third albums. He used the examples of Naughty by Nature, De La Soul, and Queen Latifah to prove his theory, also adding that had his, or any other artist's album gone platinum, it would mean that the label would have to cough up millions of dollars, and also give them additional points, putting the artist in a position of power. There would also be more legal woes for Coolio to face in the late 90s. He was sentenced to 6 months probation and fined $17,000 after being convicted of allegedly shoplifting from a German clothing store and assaulting the owner in 1998. That summer, he was arrested again, this time in California, after he was pulled over and cited for driving on the wrong side of the road with an expired license, carrying a concealed weapon, and possessing a small amount of marijuana. Since then, neither his next 5 studio albums nor his 2017 EP, titled Long Live the Thief, have made it onto any Billboard chart. In 2004, Coolio would begin a long run on reality TV, including a German talent show, Celebrity Big Brother, a Food Network cook-off competition, and Wife Swap. At the start of 2008, Coolio started the web-based cooking tutorial program, Cookin' with Coolio. The show also served as promotion for a cookbook by him of the same name. The following year, Coolio had a rather awkward moment on stage, or technically off stage. He attempted to stage dive during a campus show for university students in England. The audience wasn't prepared for the act and parted, sending him crashing to the ground. If that wasn't bad enough, the crowd then proceeded to rob Coolio of his jewelry, shoes, and bandana. Security then attempted a Whitney Houston, aka the Bodyguard style rescue to save the already embarrassed performer. Coolio's cocaine addiction revved up again around this time after his 2009 arrest at LAX when a crack pipe was found in his carry-on bag. He claims that while packing for his trip, he grabbed a bag under the sink without thinking, and it just so happened to be holding the drug paraphernalia he said belonged to his cousin. He was charged with possession of crack cocaine and battery, of which he entered a plea of not guilty. The fallout from the incident affected him so much that he went into a downward spiral and started using drugs again. Coolio engaged in some serious bad behavior that could have cost him some major time behind bars in 2016, when he was charged in October with unlawful firearm possession stemming from a handgun that prosecutors said was found in his backpack during a baggage screening at Los Angeles International Airport the month prior. It was illegal for him to carry a gun because of 2 felony convictions from years ago. Coolio was ultimately charged with a felony, and if convicted, could have faced a maximum sentence of 3 years in state prison. He ended up pleading guilty to possession of a concealed weapon and was given 3 years probation plus 45 days of community service instead of jail time. In 2020, Coolio did something that no one saw coming when he threw his hat into the political arena as a running mate for adult entertainment actress Cherie DeVille's Democratic presidential run. No, really, he did. Following a break at the end of last year, the I Love the 90s tour that started back in 2016 is slated to hit the road again for the 2022 season beginning on May 14. Coolio is set to join other acts like Vanilla Ice, All for One, and Color Me Bad, just to name a few, to celebrate the iconic decade that shot his career into superstardom. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and comment. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications so you won't miss any future videos. See you next time!